If you want an order, then you have to please wait.
Item 9.
9, sir.
The wrong file has been brought. Paper.
Okay. Adjournment.
Next.
Yes.
Obliged.
Pardon. Item 5 and 8. And
5.
adjourn.
Your name, sir?
On behalf of Mr. Lord Council Behera,
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନାଁଟା କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ମୋର ପାୱାର ନାହିଁ ତାପରେ
You are completely empowered. No lawyer is powerless. So don't make a statement in the court that more power ନାହିଁ। ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଯାହା ପାୱାର ଅଛି କାହାର ନାହିଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ ନା ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ପାୱାର ଦବା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ କିନ୍ତୁ ପାୱାର ଯାଉଛି।
ପିକେ ସାହୁ ପଙ୍କଜ କୁମାର ସାହୁ।
And in Sahu's court you don't say Sahu has don't power. So then 8
5 and 8
8 ରେ ବି ସେଇଆ
ଲର୍ଡସିପ
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ you are so much powerful ଆପଣ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ମେନସନ କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
ନାଇଁ
ସେ କାହାର
ସଫରିଂ ଫ୍ରମ କ୍ୟାନ୍ସର
8 ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ sir I don't 8 ରେ କାହା ପାଇଁ ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି?
8 ରେ on behalf of Mr.
ସୁଭାଷ ଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ସାହୁ ଏସକେ ପ୍ରଧାନ ଏ ମହାନ୍ତି
ସୁଭାଷ ଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ସାହୁ।
Yes.
Cannot take it.
I will not give a date. That's the difficulty is that one request is that you please make a move for listing. I can't give a date. More जोटा regular assignment नो हो जोटा ठीक होगा नहीं। कौन memo file करिए? Liberty to mention और जान लिख देवी हो ठीक है।
Pardon to make a mention, my lord. Item 11, my lord. Pray for an adjournment.
You are Mr. Meher.
My lord.
TK Ram or RK?
RK Meher.
RK. The names are just it adjournment. You will also liberty to mention. You have to mention. I can't give a date. My
lord.
Yes.
Item 1.
May I please your lordship?
Yes, please.
My lord, the land was selected for construction of Anganwadi center under Annex
first of all single bench matter to
single bench matter.
Jurisdictional error है जीवन तो अपन उधर रीटेबल पड़ेगा कहे वाला कि किसी देखो ना आंटी
नहीं
jurisdiction not था ही कोर्ट चंदी Mr. Nayak is smiling but he will definitely take that plea आस्ते की कहे वाला तो jurisdiction नहीं करो
मैंने से सेमती कही भी नहीं से
कोड कहे अपन तो बर्तन सुविधा है ना तो नेक्स्ट डोर को जीवागा था आउट फ्लोर को जाई कहेगा था
Annexure 5, your lordship kindly see. Submission of land feasibility report along with the trace map of a project. With
the project जदि stay चाहूँचंदी stay तो है ही परियोनी
नहीं project मु stay चाहूँ
shift करे पे चाहूँचंदी
shift कर नहीं shift भी चाहूँ नहीं
ताऊ
से land was selected for construction of Anganwadi center under Rupia Gram Panchayat
yes
under Annexure 5. Your lordship kindly see.
Yes.
I am to say that the land feasibility report along with the trace map of following projects.
No, you don't have to. I mean, upon जोड़ा question से ठीक. Next point question.
Then, my lord, project was granted under Annexure 5, my lord, from page 22.
Again.
22.
Yes, please. Next. Yes. The report was there, land is available to be constructed. Then project was sanctioned also. Then what?
Thereafter, another notice was issued. Basing upon RI report, Revenue Inspector report, that land has no feasibility and that land is not suitable for construction of Anganwadi center. But your lordship,
RI report ta koti?
Annexure 7 at page 24,
yes,
which is under challenge, my lord. But later I came to know that the said plot is objectionable as RC case number so and so pending in the court of additional commissioner consolidation Baleshwar. Hence, the report submitted by this office letter number so and so may be cancelled. And the new
so आपण जो चैलेंज करछंती ता पूर्वरु ताकर अथॉरिटी को लेखलेनी काहे तहसीलदार
अथॉरिटी को लेखिछु कलेक्टर
काहे सेडा
दैट इज अंडर एनेक्स
तहसीलदार को लेखतांते ना को मे बी कलेक्टर बट तहसीलदार को देइथांते सेडा रेवेन्यू एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रे आपनकर ए लेवल रे कलेक्टर किछि रोल नाही
नै हमें
कलेक्टर अपीलेट अथॉरिटी ही परंती
कलेक्टर को दिखाई
Page 27.
पेज 27 my lord.
Hmm.
27 to 28.
तो कलेक्टर फॉरवर्ड कले इंक्वायरी ପାଇଁ
नहीं
तापर कोन हला
तापर सेट तो अटकी
बर्तन कोन चाहुचंती
आमे चाहूचु अर्लियर जो सैंक्शन
म्हणजे सेटा तो मैंडामस इशू करी हबनी को हाई कोर्ट आपण से आंध्र प्रदेश डिसीजन देखछन सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाइथिला पंचायत हेडक्वार्टर courts have no business in selecting a and much less अंगनवाड़ी सेंटर जदि स्टैट्यूटरी किछि रूल वायोलेशन हेछि कोहंतु जे आपण लोकेशन कथारे गोटे प्लॉट पई कहउछन सेम रुपया रे होछि
प्लॉट में कहूची किंतु
अजे बट यू कांट हैव ऑब्जेक्शन
किंतु बीइंग
बिकॉज
इन्फ्लुएंस
आपणकर यू आर नॉट द ओनर ऑफ द प्लॉट यू आर नॉट स्पेंडिंग एनी मनी यू हैव नो राइट
but my
you
prayer
are not
is
a because for a anganwadi center you are not a beneficiary even anganwadi center is to be run by the government school mass education department or health department whatever their functionaries are there so they will operate from there
no, that's true my lord
and
but
coincidentally since it is the same both are rupaya so obviously it is in rupaya
the Anganwadi the place where Anganwadi center is running working functioning
Hmm.
the petitioner and all the residents of that revenue village
children may be interested apna ke jana pilangar view nei chanti
The-
the question is obvious
no
Mr. Prusti, you cannot ask those children to select a Anganwadi place.
no my children will not select
First of all, you
guardians
should be a responsible citizen.
no with the guardians
Responsible citizen has no business with a Anganwadi center. ତାଙ୍କର କିଛି right ନାହିଁ.
may
No privilege also. ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ଲାଗୁନି ଭଲ ଲାଗୁଛି. How does it matter?
no ସେଇଟା ନୁହେଁ
Mandamus ଏଥିରେ issue କରିହବନି.
may pray
If you
my
want,
lord
because I am discussing one, I will record the reasons also.
no the collector may be directed to dispose of my
ସେ
application
ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଦବାର ନଥିଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ରେ କଣ ଅବଜେକ୍ସନ ରହୁଛି what according to you have found out objectionable regarding the land
your lordship kindly see the interaction made between the
that is what at times we sitting in 226 think that we will run the country that is the problem Anganwadi center कोठी हबो after that supreme court judgment can a court decide that ground भी किछि नहीं किछि ground नहीं
ନାଇଁ ଆମର ସେ ସରପଞ୍ଚ କୁ
ସାର୍ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ
representation
10ଟା ଜାଗାରେ ହେଇପାରିବ ପୃଷ୍ଟି 10ଟା ଜାଗାରେ ହେଇପାରିବ ତାପରେ ସେ 11 ଜାଗାରେ ବି କରିପାରିବେ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ଦ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ କଣ ଏଥିରେ କଣ ଅଛି what right what kind of public convenience or inconvenience nothing
inconvenience ହଉଛି
nothing କିଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ପଢନ୍ତୁ ଓଡିଆରେ ଯୋଉ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି କିଛି ନାହିଁ
that may be considered my lord by the collector your lordship kindly peruse annexer 4 at page
ସେ
19
ବି ଆପଣ ଯଦି କିଛି ଇନଭେଷ୍ଟିଗେସନ କରି ମାନେ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତେ ସେ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତା ଗୋଟେ କଥା ତା ବି କିଛି ନାହିଁ ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଚିଠି ଲେଖି ବସିଗଲେ ତାପରେ ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ
ନାଇଁ ସରପଞ୍ଚ ବି ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି
କାହିଁକି ରିଜନ କଣ ହୁଇ ସରପଞ୍ଚ ଟୁ ଡିସାଇଡ କୋଉଠି ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡି ସେଣ୍ଟର ହବ ପଞ୍ଚାୟତ ସମିତିରେ ଅଛି ସେଟା ତାହେଲେ ଷ୍ଟାଚୁଟୋରୀ ରାଇଟ୍ ତ ଦେଖେଇବେ
ସେ ତ
ଯେ ଆଜ ପର ପଞ୍ଚାୟତ ରେଜୁଲ୍ୟୁସନ ଅଙ୍ଗନବାଡି ସେଣ୍ଟର ହବ ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ ଆୱେ ହିଟ୍ ଦ ନେଲ୍ ଅନ୍ ଦ ହେଡ୍ infringement of any statutory violation Mr. Nayak has to answer he is not even called upon to answer କାରଣ କିଛି ନାହିଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର
my lord I may be
this is କଣ କହିଲେ storm in a teacup ଆପଣ ଏଟା ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ପାଇଁ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ ମାଣ୍ଡାମସ ଏଥିରେ କିଛି ନାହିଁ କରିବାର
ନାଇଁ ସେତିକି ବି ହବ ନହେଲେ
ମାଣ୍ଡାମସ ଏଥିରେ କଣ ହବ କୋର୍ଟ ମଷ୍ଟ ରେକର୍ଡ ସମ୍ ରିଜନ ଆଉ ନହେଲେ କଣ ହବ କହିଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ ଅର୍ଡରକୁ ତହସିଲଦାର କଲେକ୍ଟର ହସିବେ
ନାଇଁ
that you must understand you are officer of the court
ନାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଅର୍ଡରକୁ ହସିବିନି ଜମା
ଓ ସେଇଟା କଥା ନାହିଁ ମୁଁ ପର୍ସନାଲି କହୁନି ମୁଁ ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ ସେଥିପାଇଁ କହିଲି ହାଉ ଡଜ ଇଟ୍ ମ୍ୟାଟର
your lordship kindly dispose it
Mr. Prusti RN Prusti for the petitioner Mr. Naik SN Naik for the additional standing counsel for the state It is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that the petitioners are villagers of so and so village. ये देखिए लिख देवे. Are agreed by non-consideration of the representation made to the collector. Dated. Representation जोड़ा लिख ले, dated 11th March 2024. Which was filed before the collector regarding construction of a ଆପଣ ଏଥିରେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ first line is it actually it should not have been. କେସ୍ ଚାଲିଥିବା ବିବାଦୀୟ ହରିଜନ ମାନଙ୍କ ଜମି ଖାତା ନମ୍ବର what is this?
ସେ ଗାଁ ଲୋକ
ଆପଣ ସେଥିରେ କଣ ଅଛି କିଏ ହରିଜନ କିଏ ଗୁରୁଜନ କିଏ କଣ ଅଛି ଏଟା ବାଜେ କଥା ଆଜ୍ଞା. This is too small a issue to be raised before the High Court and this is given a color. ଆମେ ଦେଖିନବୁ ଯେ High Court ରେ ଦେଖିଦବୁ କଣ ତାଙ୍କର ଜମି ହେଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର କଣ ଯାଉଛି ସେଥିରୁ ଆପଣ କଣଟା ଇକ୍ୱାଲିଟି ଆଚିଭ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି after 75 years of ଇଏ ଜଣେ ଲୋକର ଜମି ଯଦି ଯାଉଛି ସେ ଆସିବ who is there court has to hear ଜଣେ ଲୋକର ଜମି ଯାଉଛି ତାହେଲେ ଠିକ ଆପଣ ତ ପବ୍ଲିକ ପ୍ରପର୍ଟି ଯେଟା କି ଏଟା ବୋଧେ ଇଏ ଅନାବାଦୀ ନା କଣ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି
ଅନାବାଦୀ
କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ Anganwadi Center of Rapeya, RAPEYA, Gram Panchayat, in the Khaira block, of Khaira block in the district of Balasore. It is submitted that the earlier identified plot for construction of the Anganwadi Center, AWC, was changed as per the report of report आउथरे देखांतु जोड़ा पछरे चेंज कले
annexure 7 at page 20
so report of the revenue inspector Antara dated 5/2/2024 addressed to the Tahsildar Khaira. It is submitted that though such development has been brought to the notice of the collector by the aforesaid representation dated 11th of March 2024, but no action has been taken. The learned additional standing counsel in response submits that he has no instruction at present regarding the status of the representation. Stop. Para. He further submits, but continuation lekhantu, he further submits in any event, the petitioners cannot have any grievance regarding construction of a Anganwadi center at a particular place in a particular village as per the guidelines of the government. But counsel for the petitioner submits that since a grievance has already been raised before the collector, the same may be considered and disposed of by the collector or any other appropriate authority. Para. Having heard the learned counsel for the petitioner, the writ petition is disposed of. ଆଉ ଥରେ ସେଟା ଫରୱାର୍ଡ କରିବ ନା ସେଟା ଅଛି ସେଠି ଆପଣ ରିସିପ୍ଟ କିଛି ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ତାର
କିଛି ନାହିଁ
ରିସିପ୍ଟ କିଛି
ନା ଦିଆ ହେଇଛି ସେଠି ରିସିପ୍ଟ ଏଠି ଦେଇନି ମୁଁ କିନ୍ତୁ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି
ଏଠି ସବମିଟ କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ disposed of directing observing that the petitioner if so advised shall make a representation afresh enclosing copy of the earlier representation before the appropriate authority for consideration of their grievance, which shall be disposed of in accordance with law. Para. It is clarified that this court has not expressed any opinion regarding the merits of the petition. That petition, merit of the petition that would be made before the authority. Yes.
Item 2,
Yes, Ms. Pradhan.
Lordship, here the petitioner has challenged the inaction of
Mr.
the
Pradhan for the petitioner, Mr. Naik, SN Naik. Yes.
petitioner here challenged the inaction of the opposite party number 2, Lordship, that is the Tahsildar, for not issuing ROR in favor of the petitioner, Lordship. Lordship, petitioner is the purchaser of the purchase the land from the K-form holder. Lordship, had its register sale deed.
A form potta, does it grant a sellable right?
Lordship, before 1972, it is the slip form.
Another thing, no seal signature without seal and signature of the person. K form should you submit. After thereafter, he will accept the same.
The registered did na nahi
Lordship, Lord
deed
registered.
koti achi.
Lordship, annexure 3 is the deed, page 16.
Or 96 रे किणले
Lordship,
72 କହୁଛନ୍ତି
ମାନେ petitioner purchase କରିଛି land K form holder ପାଖରୁ land.
72 ରୁ 96 କେମିତି petitioner ପାଖରେ K form status ରହିଲା, that you have to explain. If I remember and understand correctly, the owner of a land,
Lordship,
whatever status, right, title, interest he is having, the vendee will step into his shoes. He cannot have a better right, title, interest. So how the Tahsildar on your own swing will convert the K form to ROR? And if you want any declaratory relief, obviously the court cannot do anything. I mean, the person may be bona fide. It's not a question of bona fide or mala fide. He might be thinking that, but he has purchased something with certain limited ownership rights.
Lordship, then
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଇଭିନ୍ ଯୋଉଡାକ ପଟ୍ଟାରେ ଚାନ୍ଦନା ଅଛି ସେଟା ସେ ଚାନ୍ଦନା ହିଁ ରହିବ. ପଟ୍ଟା ବାଇ ସେଲ୍ ୟୁ କ୍ୟାନଟ୍ ମେକ୍ ଇଟ୍ ଇଏ କଣ ସେଟା କହନ୍ତି ଖାସ ପଜେସନ. You cannot make it because that is the principle. And moreover, suppose getting a potta, how it will improve your title also, because it neither confers any right or nor any improves the right. The sale deed, whatever has transferred to the purchaser, whatever has been transferred, that remains. That is the basic document, deed.
Lordship, the similar matter also has been disposed of in other court.
These points have been considered.
Lordship, only
If this has been considered, then that becomes a binding precedence. Or else it is as good as an interim order. Interim order has no precedence.
No, Lordship.
And moreover, ଆପଣ ଯୋଉଟା ତଫସିଲ ଦେଖିଲେ, ଓଡ଼ିଆ ପଢିପାରିବେ ଆପଣ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା.
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ page 18 ତଫସିଲ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ. ସେଥିରେ K form କଥା ତ କିଛି ଲେଖା ହେଇନି. Schedule caste transfer to schedule caste is permission ଦରକାର ନା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ? OLR? ଆଜ୍ଞା?
Schedule caste land permission.
Schedule caste to schedule caste transfer is permissible.
No,
ତାଙ୍କ caste ରେ permission.
ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ.
General ହେଲା ପରିମାଣ.
ଏଠି କଣ କେଥିରେ ବି K form କଥା କିଛି ଲେଖା ହେଇନି?
Lordship, I can plead only I pray for an argument so that I can take some instructions from my client, Lordship.
I think, I don't know whether the petitioner is in the right track of getting the relief. ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଏଥିରେ ହାଲ ସାବକ କଣ ହବ?
Lordship.
ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମ୍ୟୁଟେସନ ହେଲେ ତ ସାବକରେ ହେଇପାରିବନି। ପ୍ରି ସାବକରେ ଏଇଟା ଥିବ କଣ ତା ବି ଜଣା ନାହିଁ। ଏନକ୍ରୋଚମେଣ୍ଟ କେସ୍ କାହିଁକି ହେଲା?
Because the previous the vendor of the petitioners they are encroaching the government land at that time.
ନାଇଁ not that why encroachment has been initiated. Encroachment case is always initiated on the basis of HAL ROR.
Yes, Lordship.
So HAL ROR ରେ ଏଟା ରେକର୍ଡ ହେଇଛି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ନାଁରେ।
Lordship.
ଇନିସିଏଟ କାହିଁ ହବ? ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ।
Lordship.
appearance लिखले? The learned counsel for the petitioner seeks adjournment to obtain instruction and advance arguments as prayed for list after vacation. List after vacation before the ascent bench on being moved.
Item 3,
Obliged.
Mr. Jubraj Barik for the petitioner, Mr. S.N. Naik for the.
My lord,
You are Mr. Pradhan.
yes, my lord.
Mr. M.R. Pradhan for the petitioner, Mr. S.N. Naik for the. Yes.
My lord, here, my lord, the petitioners are the answer, my lord, the successors of the Khuntia family who are previously working as, my lord, giving us Seba, my lord, of Hodop Naik, my lord, before in the Jagannath Temple, my lord, and after implementation of the Jagannath Temple Act, one, my lord, opposite party number 4, wrongly, my lord, put his name in that Seba, my lord. So we have approached the So we have approached the my lord OP2, OP3, my lord, Mandara Prasashan, my lord, and that is pending before the Mandara Prasashan, that the chief CEO, my lord, chief executive officer, my lord, since long, my lord. So we have requested, my lord, to file a representation also regarding that.
এটা ମିଷ୍ଟର ମହାପାତ୍ର କିଛି କରିପାରିଲେନି? ମିଷ୍ଟର ମହାପାତ୍ର ଏଟା ସଲ୍ଭ କରିଦେବା କଥା। ଆପଣ କିଛି କରିପାରିଲେନି? ନା ଆପଣ ଟେମ୍ପଲ ପାଇଁ?
My lord, sir,
ଆପଣ ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ତ? ଆପଣ ଏଟା ସଲ୍ଭ କରିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତେ କଣ?
କୋଉଠି ଅଛି ସେ ଶୁଣୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଟେମ୍ପଲରେ? ଏଟା ପିଟିସନଟା ମିସକେସଟା ଫାଇଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି 2016 ରୁ ପେଣ୍ଡିଂ। Father expired. Children also have given representation. That should be targeted. It should be disposed of within a stipulated time. No, they have also issued notice.
Notice, my lord.
ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଲା ଯେ ଆପଣ 1952 ପରେ ମୁଭ୍ କଲେ।
ନାଇଁ ସେଟା 52 ରେ ମୁଭ୍ କଲେ ଠିକ ଅଛି ଯାହା ଡିସିସନ ନେବେ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ କାରଣ 52 ପରେ ରେକର୍ଡ ଅଫ ରାଇଟ୍ ଯଦି ଭୁଲ ବାହାରିବ କରେକ୍ସନ ହେଇପାରିବ ଇଟ୍ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ବି କରେକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ସେଥିରେ
ନାଇଁ ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଡେଲି କଥାଟା ଡେଲି ପୂଜା ସେବାଟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ନା?
ଏଟା ଡେଲି ସେବା ପୂଜା ନାହିଁ ହଡପ ନାଇଁ ଡେଲି ସେବା ପୂଜା ତାକୁ ବଣ୍ଟା ହବ
ଡେଲି ଯୋଉଟା ପ୍ରତିଦିନ ଯୋଉଟା ସେବା ପୂଜା ହଉଛନ୍ତି ଠାକୁର ଆପଣ 18 ମସିହାରେ ପ୍ରଥମ ଥର ପାଇଁ କଲେ 1952 ମସିହା ପରେ
52 ମସିହା ପରେ
ମାନେ 66 ବର୍ଷ ପରେ ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି।
ହଁ 66 ବର୍ଷ ପରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମର ଗ୍ରାଣ୍ଡଫାଦରଙ୍କର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜଣା ପଡିଲା ଯେ ସେଟା ମାନୁପୁଲେଟ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ବୋଲି ଆମେ ଅନ୍ନ ସେବା କରି ଚାଲିଛି ଅନ୍ୟ ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ସେୟାରରେ ଏ ସେୟାର ର ଯେ ସେବା ପୂଜାଟା ଆମର ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ ହେଇଯାଉଛି ଯୋଉଥିପାଇଁ
ମାନେ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏକ୍ସପାୟାରି ଯୋଉ ମାଧବ ଖୁଣ୍ଟିଆକୁ 56 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲା ବେଳକୁ ସେ କଲେ ତାଙ୍କର କଣ 56 ବର୍ଷ କାଳ ସେ ଜାଣିପାରିଲେନି
ଅନ୍ନ ସେବା ସେ କରୁଥିଲେ ଅନ୍ନ ସେବା ସେଠି କରୁଥିଲେ
ବୁଝିଲି that I understand କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା that creates a very situation
ସେଟା ଠିକ
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ରାଇଟ୍ କଣ ଏକ୍ସଟିଂଗୁଇଶ ହୁଏନି ସେବା ପୂଜା ରାଇଟ୍ କିଛି ଏକ୍ସଟିଂଗୁଇଶ ହୁଏନି ଓଭର ପିରିୟଡ ଅଫ ଟାଇମ
ସେବା ପୂଜା ରାଇଟ୍ ତ ଇନହେରିଟାନ୍ସ ରେ ରହିଯାଉଛି ନା ତେଣୁ
ଇନହେରିଟାନ୍ସ ରେ ବଟ ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଦୋ ୟୁ ଆର ଦ ଇନହେରିଟର ସୋଲ ସର୍ଭାଇଭିଂ ଇନହେରିଟର ସିନ୍ସ ୟୁ ଆର ଏ ମାଇନର ସୋ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନାଁ ନଥିଲା ବଟ ଦ୍ୟାଟ ୟୁ ଟେକ୍ 52 ଇୟର୍ସ ଅଲମୋଷ୍ଟ 56 ଇୟର୍ସ
ସେଟା ସେମାନେ ସେଠି ବିଚାର କରି ସେଟା କରିଛନ୍ତି କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ନୋଟିସ ବି ସେମାନେ ଇସ୍ୟୁ କରିଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ନୋଟିସ ଇସ୍ୟୁ କରିଦେଲେ ଆନେକ୍ସ 2 ଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ସେଥିରେ ସେ ଅଲରେଡି ଆମ ପିଟିସନ କୁ ବାପାଙ୍କର କନସିଡର କରିକିରି ଆନେକ୍ସର 1 ରେ ଯେ ନୋଟିସ
ମାନ ଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡା କେତେ ଦିନ ହେଲା କଲେଣି
ସେଇ ମାନ ଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡା ଯୋଉ ପୋର୍ସନ ଟା କରୁଛନ୍ତି କେତେ ଦିନ ସେ
କେତେ ବର୍ଷ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ସେଇ 52 ମସିହାରୁ
ନାହିଁ ମାନ ଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡା ପାଉନ
ଆପଣ ଯାହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ 52 ମସିହାରୁ କରୁଛନ୍ତି
ହଁ ସେ ଆମର ଚାଲିଥିଲା ଯେ ସେବା ଚାଲିଛି
ଆପଣ ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଟା ଯୋଉ ପେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଅଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପ୍ରୋସିଡିଂ ଡିସ୍ପୋଜାଲ ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି
ସେଟା 15B ରେ
ପ୍ରୋସିଡିଂ ଟା ଚାଲ ସେଟା ଯୋଉ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି
ମିସକେସ୍ ନମ୍ବର ଦେଖୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଆନେକ୍ସର 2 ରେ ଅଛି ମିସକେସ୍ ନମ୍ବର 12
ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁଟା ଲିଖୁଛି ନା ଆପଣ along with Mr.
Along with what?
along with Mr. ଦୟାନନ୍ଦ ମହାପାତ୍ର Mr. ଦୟାନନ୍ଦ ମହାପାତ୍ର along with so and so ଲେଖି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ Mr. ନାୟକ
sole grievance against OP number 3 man.
ହଁ ଓପିନିୟନ
ହଁ ଏଥିରେ କଣ ମୋର ପିଏଟା ନାହିଁ କୁଆଡେ ଉଡିଗଲାଣି ପିଟିସନ ଟା for the petitioners Mr. Naik SN Naik for OP number 1 ଆପଣ ନରସିଂହ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କୁ ପାର୍ଟି କଲେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପାର୍ଟି କଲେନି
ନରସିଂହ ପଣ୍ଡା ତାଙ୍କ ପିଲା ପରା ତାଙ୍କ ପିଲା
ନାଇଁ ସେଟା ଲେଖି ନାହାନ୍ତି
ନରସିଂହ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କୁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ନରସିଂହ ପଣ୍ଡା କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଟା
ନାଇଁ ଆପଣ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ ତାହେଲେ ୟୁ ଆର୍ ନଟ୍ ଗେଟିଂ ଇଟ୍
ହୁଁ।
ଆପଣ ଟିକେ ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହଡପ ନାୟକ ସେବା ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କିଏ କରୁଛନ୍ତି
ଏହି ସେବାଟିକୁ ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କର
ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡା ଆପଣ ଟିକେ କଷ୍ଟ ଟାଇଟେଲ କୁ ପଢନ୍ତୁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ବିଲକୁଲ ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ହିଁ ନାହିଁ ତା ଦେହରେ ନରସିଂହ ପଣ୍ଡା ହି 70 years
ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ
ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ପଣ୍ଡା ହଉଛନ୍ତି
ନା ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କର
ଶୁଣିଲେ ହବ ନା ଆପଣ ତ ଭାବିବେ ଯେ କୋର୍ଟ ବୁଝିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ବୋଲି ଆଉ
ନାଇଁ
ଆପଣ ନରସିଂହ ପଣ୍ଡା ହାଉ ଇଜ ରିଲେଟେଡ ଟୁ ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡା ଲେଖି ନାହାନ୍ତି
ହଁ।
ପଢନ୍ତୁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଉ ମୁଁ କେମିତି ଜାଣିବି ସେଟା ପଚାରୁଛି ସେତେବେଳୁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଉ ସେଇ ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କର ଇଏ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ନରସିଂହ ପଣ୍ଡା ହଉଛନ୍ତି ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ କୋଷାର
କୋଉଠି ଲେଖିଲେ ଆପଣ
ଗୋଟେ ଆନେକ୍ସର 1
କୋଉଠି ଆଭରମେଣ୍ଟ ନେଲେ ସେଟା ତ ଆନେକ୍ସର ହେଇପାରିବନି
ଆନେକ୍ସର ଟା ଦେଇଛି ଆନେକ୍ସର ଲେଖିଛି
ଆପଣ ଲେଖିନାହାନ୍ତି ଆନେକ୍ସର ଆପଣ ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡା ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି you are raising a grievance regarding ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡା doing ହଡପ ନାୟକ ସେବା in place of you since last 56 years
ଆପଣ କହିବା
ଆଉ ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କୁ ବି 56 ବର୍ଷ ଏତେ ବର୍ଷ ହେଇନଥିବ ହେଇଥିବ କି ନାହିଁ
ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ has a nexus with Narsinga that has not been stated
ଯାହାବି ହଉ କଣ ହେଇଥିଲା ସେଟା how can I cannot know for a fact but you have to state
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯେମିତି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଭୀମ ଖୁଣ୍ଟିଆ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
is your ancestor
ଆଜ୍ଞା
you are deriving
ଆଜ୍ଞା
so ମାନଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ପଣ୍ଡାଙ୍କ ପରେ who is deriving you do not know or you have not stated
I'm not stated ଯଦି ଜାଣିଛି ସେ ଲେଖିନି ସତରେ ଲେଖା ହେଇନି
କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ
ନାଇଁ ଲେଖା ହେଇନି
କିଛି ଲେଖା ହେଇନି it is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that
limited
they are agreed by the delay in disposal of the proceeding initiated under section 15 into bracket B
ଆଜ୍ଞା
of the
ମିସ୍ କେସ୍ ନମ୍ବର 12 2016
15B of
ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ଟେମ୍ପଲ ଆକ୍ଟ
of the Sri Jagannath Temple Act
1954
which was initiated by the petitioner
father of the petition
initiated by the father of the petitioner petitioners plural
petitions
the father of the petitioners registered as miss case number 12 of 2016 for correction of Seba Puja, namely
correction of
ହଡପ ନାୟକ ସେବା ଦେଖିକି କୋର୍ଟରେ ଲେଖିବେ
record of right ସେଟା
କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ
ସେଟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି record of right
ହଁ for correction of entry in the record of right regarding Seba Puja for correction of entry made in the
record of right.
record of right into bracket Sattolipi. Sattolipi.
Aye.
Bracket Sattolipi regarding rendering of a daily Seva Puja, namely Hodapa Nayaka
Seva.
Seva. The petitioner in the writ petition, the petition of the petition of the petitioners has been annexed, where it has been stated that after death of grandfather of the petitioner, who was supposed to be doing the seva, somebody else's name has been introduced. That is Sri introduced in the year 1952 in the name of Manogovinda Ponda. The petition does not disclose regarding the opposite party number 4 how he is related to Manogovinda Ponda. Whereas one Sri Narasingha Ponda has been implemented as OP number 4. It is submitted by the Learned Counsel for the petitioner that the petitioner has a limited prayer regarding disposal of the pending Miss Case 12 of 2016. In view of the limited prayer, this court is not issuing any notice at present to the opposite parties 2, 3, and 4. And the writ petition is disposed of with the following orders. The authorities, opposite party number 2 and 3, into bracket opposite number 2 and 3, shall do well to consider the grievance of the petitioner for disposal of the pending case number 12 of Miss Case number 12 of 2016, wherein notices have been issued as enclosed to the writ petition. After giving opportunity of hearing to all the affected parties. The petitioner undertakes to produce the certified copy of this order along with all other relevant documents before the appropriate authority to do the needful. The writ petition stands disposed of.
Item 4.
If it is still pending, if it is still pending,
It is
yes.
pending, inquiry it is pending.
4.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yes.
In this case, the petitioner is the father of the opposite party number 2, my lord. So, due to invalidation, the RSP, the opposite party number 1, declared medical unfit.
Who?
And
Who was declared unfit? 2.
1, opposite party number 1. Yeah.
Opposite
party number 1 declared unfit.
सेल को भी invalid कर देबे. Who was declared invalid?
Petitioner is medical invalid because due to that medical unfit by the opposite party number 1. So he prayed for service of his son opposite party number 2. But after joining in the service, my lord, he is not take care of the because there is no.
एटा आपण जीवे ना मेंटेनेंस रे हो. जदि मैंडेटरी अच्छी मैंडामस चाहूचंती प्रोविजन देखेबे
ठीक है नेक्स्ट
यस
अर्जुनस
आपण आइदर मेंटेनेंस को फाइल कर परिबे
कोर्ट में फाइल करिवे सर
कोथिरे अछि को एक्टर अछि
1 to
आपणकर ओल्ड पेरेंट्स कर अच्छी मेंटेनेंस में प्रोविजन अच्छी मिस्टर एम के पति फॉर द पिटिशनर learned counsel for the petitioner seeks accommodation to obtain instruction and advance arguments as prayed for list after vacation before the assigned bench after vacation on being moved ओटे मेमो फाइल करिया पड़िबो आथरे yes next please
Mr. Matters, small prayer matters. Item number 3, small prayer matters. Item number 3. Says time limit.
टाइम मु फिक्स करूनी
Preferably.
सेटा से जगन्नाथ को जणा से कोठी किए तांको सेवा करछन आपण तो जान नांती
नहीं मुझ
सर जान नांती मु केन जानिबे
नहीं
हड़प नायक सेवा वर्तमान किए करछन आपण जान नांती
नहीं मु
पिटिशन रे नाही
नहीं हड़प नहीं से
लास्ट आपण कहउचंती जे 52 मसिया रे हड़प नायक सेवा हेइथिला कटा हे कि मानगोविंद पंडा को राय नहिला तेणु मानगोविंद को कथा सेटा प्रभु जानछन
सेथर किछ असुविधा नहीं से तांकर जहा करिवे मेरिट रे तो डिस्पोज ऑफ करिवे जेटा पड़ी के 2016
sir you have a duty for towards the court that court is not made a laughing stock मु निजे जाननी मानगोविंद पंडा के मु डायरेक्शन देउ डिस्पोज करंतु बोली
नहीं तांकर सम्मति अपॉर्चुनिटी
that creates a problem sir that creates a problem I must know what I am directing आपण जदि मानगोविंद पंडा हमको लोक को वर्तमान जे आपण जाहा को पार्टी करछन तांको सी how he is related in fact when you started you said that कि आपण को ना कटा हला interestingly आपण को बापांकर ना कटा ही से चली गलेन
पापा को ना
माने both your grandfather and father have been deprived of the हड़प नायक सेवा तो सेटा ठाकुर जानନ୍ତି से जा करिवे आ किछि पार्ट ताको छाडी दियंतु
expeditiously possible
as expeditiously as possible कर दियंतु आप the parties possible the parties shall cooperate in this disposal of the matter
they will issue notice also
Item 5. Arjun.
I Mr. Powerful Mr. P.K. Sahu on behalf of Vibhuti Bhushan Behera for the petitioner 5 Mr. Patti or Mr. Naik Mr. Naik Mr. S.N. Naik ISC for the state the learned counsel for the petitioner seeks accommodation prayer for adjournment is made on behalf of the learned counsel for the petitioner as prayed for list after vacation being moved by the petitioner 6
Item 6.
Mr. Bhuya. Mr. S.S. Bhuya for the petitioner, Mr. S.N. Naik for the state. Yes.
If I may please your lordship,
Yes, please.
the petitioners, why this writ petition, are challenging the inaction of the state authorities in settling the land in the name of the petitioner, your lordship, which
Yes.
was initially allotted to their predecessor in interest, who were
Yes.
refugees from East Pakistan, your lordship.
Sure.
In the year 1950.
Yes.
My lord may peruse Annexure 2
Yes.
series. This
Yes.
is the certificate of refugees granted to the parents of the present petitioners, your lordship.
Yes.
Subsequently, your lordship, after coming to Odisha, they were initially accommodated near Charbatia, and subsequently they were moved to the Lakshmi Sagar refugee camp, your lordship,
Yes.
in the city of Bhubaneswar.
Yes.
There, your lordship, the present petitioners are staying since the last 60 years, 60 or more years, your lordship. The scheme under which the state of Odisha rehabilitated these refugees were of two folds, your lordship. One was housing scheme and one was business scheme. I humbly apologize, your lordship, even after searching for the same, I was not able to get those schemes. What were the requirements under that scheme, or what were the promises made to the refugees, your lordship. So with that regard, your lordship, I only have hearsay fact is that there was a scheme in place, your lordship, to rehabilitate these refugees. So subsequently, they have been allotted a land in Lakshmi Sagar refugee colony, your lordship, and they have been staying there for the last 60 years. the state authorities initially initiated a process for settling the said land in the year 1977, Your Lordship. The same is the circular, Your Lordship, is in Annexure 7, page 29, which was issued to the predecessors of the petitioner, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Subsequent to this circular, all the required documents were submitted before the state authorities, but no actions were taken. Hence, the petitioners were compelled to approach this Hon'Ble Court under Annexure 6.
That is 20th of June. That
Yes.
Annexure 7 is 20th of June.
20th of June 1977.
1977.
Again.
Yes.
Subsequent to that, Your Lordship, under OJC number 8515 of 1995, the refugees came before this Hon'Ble Court. And the same was decided by order dated. The page 28 may be perused, Your Lordship, Annexure 6.
Yes.
Wherein direction was issued that within 3 months.
No, after Annexure 8, page 30, what happened?
After Annexure 8, page 30, no steps has been taken as of yet. So my humble.
No, did you comply Annexure 8?
Yes, Your Lordship.
But what is the reference?
Reference, Your Lordship.
Then I always say that then I have to issue a search mandamus. So they have to search because I don't know what I am doing. Like Mr. Mahapatra did not know where is Manogovinda.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Manogovinda, otherwise, I mean the human Manogovinda. Manogovinda everyone knows.
So my humble submission to that effect, Your Lordship, is
no. Then can you reconstruct or reconstitute this thing? Because
all the documents
after 11 years, you do basically very fairly you have stated that there is no exact instruction to you what has happened.
Yes, sir.
So how I will direct them what has happened? Because whether you have complied your part.
Yes, Your Lordship. To that effect,
any reference if they have submitted,
they have not submitted any reference to me, at least, Your Lordship. They do not have any copy of the documents that were, because the date has been fixed, and with regards to the date, they have already submitted all the documents before the special officer on duty.
Mr. Naik?
He has asked, the authority has asked to produce the document within 10 days. Whether they have submitted.
He's saying, just now he said that he has submitted within that period, but
Perhaps,
no reference.
If he submitted, the document should be Xerox copy or photostat copy should be.
No, that I was asking him that Annexure 8, these 5 documents, do you have?
Yes, Your Lordship. These all documents the petitioners have, and if so directed, they can again produce the same before the authorities, Your Lordship, the GA department.
Yes, what do you say?
Your Lordship, maybe call this matter 1 week after I will obtain instruction.
You obtain instruction?
Whether they have submitted or not.
No, very difficult to get that answer. You will not be almost impossible to get that answer. One thing you can do, that you ask that whether pursuant this cannot be a single notice. Similarly situated person has been has submitted these documents and how his case has been dealt with. If you get that, suppose he has been allotted, so then they have a right.
If I may be permitted to just educate this court on the fact that these similarly situated persons, they have already been allotted, some of them.
Now
see that instruction, my learned.
It was only a guesswork, but something has happened beyond this Annexure 8. Mr. Saurabh Suman Bhuya for the petitioner, Mr. S.N. Naik, AGA for AAC for the state. The Learned Counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioners were settled in India, having expatriated, being refugees. Being refugees coming from East Pakistan. They were initially settled at Charbatia camp. No, I dealt with as a lawyer with a similar matter, but that was from Pakistan, Sindh. They were settled in Raipur Tilda camp. Then they came to Bhubaneswar, and they become very prominent citizens of Bhubaneswar. So that their family, the property disputes. I was assisting my senior, Mr. B.K. Mahanti, so he gave me that. So that is how I. So there, I will say that you are right. There is a scheme actually. They were to be settled along because they have to furnish what they lost there in Pakistan.
I tried my level best to search for that notification, Your Lordship, but it's very difficult because even the subsequent
No,
notifications.
they are very eminent actually. So they might be keeping those documents, but and these particular persons, they may not be aware of their rights and all that. Only Charbatia camp. Thereafter, they were permanently settled at Lakshmi Sagar camp of the present day Bhubaneswar. Annexure 7, dated 20th June 1977, was issued in name of he's the father of the petitioner.
He is the father of the petitioner.
The father of the petitioners, or plural or singular?
Plural, Your Lordship.
Father of the petitioners. It is submitted that that there was a scheme for settlement of these persons in residential plots. अच्छा से जो लेटर टा इशू हेची आरएक्सआर 8 सेटा पर्सुएंट टू द ऑर्डर ऑफ द हाई कोर्ट ना सेमती किछि कोरिलेशन नाही
No, pursuant to the order of the High Court, so also confirming the government.
Earlier also the petitioners had approached this court by filing OJC writ petition OJC number 8515 of 1995, disposed of by a division bench by order
dated 18/12/1995.
18/12/1995. Thereafter, the government in the Department of General Administration issued letter dated कितने 12 देखा जाओ
20/12/2013
20 ना 28
20/12
20/12 श्योर 26 नो कि 28 नो
ना ना सर
20/12 2013
20/12
letter number 36615 20/12/2013 addressed to the late father of the petitioners to submit the documents within 10 days for settlement of residential plots. जो settlement of residential plot जोटा नहीं सेटा कोर्ट भीतर रख दियंतु सिंगल कोर्ट settlement of residential plots court ends आपनको पेज 30 रे अछि it is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioners that the late father of the petitioners had submitted those records those documents oblique records as requested as required kar diyantu are not as required by the government, but as per his instruction no further action has been taken. In response, the learned additional standing counsel seeks accommodation to obtain instructions. Let ଆପଣ କେତେ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରା କପି ହେଲେ ହବ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରା କପି କେତେଟା ଦେଲେ ହବ ଜି ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ନା ଆପଣ ସବୁ ମେଲ ରେ ହେଇଯିବ let 3 extra copies be served ତହସିଲଦାର କଲେକ୍ଟର ଅଫିସ ଅଲଗା ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯଦି ପଠେଇବେ ଯଦି ଇମେଲ ରେ ପଠେଇବେ ଆଉ ଜି ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ପଠାନ୍ତୁ let 3 extra copies be served on the learned AC to enable him to obtain instruction. Para. It is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that as per his instructions, similarly situated persons who are refugees from the erstwhile East Pakistan have been settled by the government. The learned subpara, the learned AC shall obtain specific instruction regarding any such persons having been settled. And if the petitioners can given an opportunity to resubmit their application to be considered in accordance with law. Mr. Nayak, the only possibility apanakar apprehension hai pare je they have a right, but the right cannot be extinguished. That is my understanding. Second part hela se unko aguru jami diya heichi kintu au thore maguchanti. ଆପଣ ସବୁ ଜାଗାରେ ତ ସେଟା ନଉଛନ୍ତି ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରରେ you are taking affidavit that no I have no property ଇଏ ସେ କରି ଯୋଉଟା ନଉଛନ୍ତି even ଜୱାନ ଲିଜ ହେରିକାରେ ଯେ
In the
ମୋର
meantime, they have settled or not. Hey,
ସ୍ଥିତି ତ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ କିଛି ପାଇନୁ ବୋଲି that is their version. We can't presume the negative. ହେଲା
Permit me, there's one small error in my submission.
yes
Dhananjay Das is the father of the petitioners as well as the performer opposite party number 7 and 8. They are the daughters.
proforma opposite party number 7
Seven
of the
and eight.
petitioners who kale and proforma opposite party number 7 and 8.
Much obliged.
Item 7,
my lord, the petitioner is the lady, my lord. She has been harassed by
So
the
A Patnaik for the petitioner, Mr. S.N. Naik, AC for the state. Yes.
Lord, the petitioner is the lady, my lord. She has been harassed by the two police stations, my lord. It is the Bharatpur and the Baragad, my lord. My lord, without any affair, she has been detained more than 24 hours and without any affair, my lord.
I think ଏଇଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ତ single bench ରେ ଆସିବନି.
The petitioner made the complaint before the chairman of Odisha Human Rights Commission, my lord. Answer 1.
ସେଇଟା ଆପଣ ସେଠି ମୁଭ୍ କରିବେ ନା ଆଉ.
ସେଟା ଗୋଟେ ରେଜିଷ୍ଟର ବି ଆଜି ହେଇନି.
How do I know, sir? How do I know? They are also a constitutional authority. How can I presume that?
My lord.
Apart from simply saying ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ କଣ RTI ମାଗିଥାନ୍ତେ କଣ କରିଥାନ୍ତେ ଦେଖେଇଥାନ୍ତେ ନା ଆଉ.
My lord, ରିସିଭ୍ ହେଇଛି.
ତାପରେ ଆପଣ ହେଇନି ବୋଲି ଯୋଉ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ରିସିଭ୍ ବୋଲି ହେଇନି ବୋଲି ମୁଁ କହୁନି.
ଆଜ୍ଞା.
ଆପଣ ତ କହିଲେ ମୁଁ ବୁଝିଲି ଯେ ମୁଁ ହାରାସମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଲା ପରେ ଆଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଗଲି ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଗଲି ସେ ମୋ କଥା ଶୁଣୁନାହାନ୍ତି. ସେଟା କେମିତି ମୁଁ ଜାଣିବି ପ୍ରୋସିଡିଂ ହେଲାନି ବୋଲି. ଆପଣ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ କପି ଆଣିବେ କି RTI ରେ ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ସନ ଆଣିବେ.
ଆଫ୍ଟର ଭ୍ୟାକେସନ
କାଜୁଆଲ ହେଇଯିବ ନା ଜିନିଷଟା.
ଆଜ୍ଞା.
You owe responsibility to the court. You are officer of the court.
My lord. ଆଫ୍ଟର ଭ୍ୟାକେସନ
ନହେଲେ ଭରତପୁର ଭଳିଆ ହବ.
ସେଇ ଭରତପୁର ଷ୍ଟେସନରେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ହେଇଛି.
ସେମିତି କିଛି ଡିଜିଜ ନାହିଁ.
ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ମର୍ଫୋଲୋଜି ପେଜ 13.
ମୁଁ 13 ହିଁ ଦେଖୁଛି. ଆପଣ ସ୍କ୍ରିନ୍ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ସ୍କ୍ରିନ୍ ଦେଖିପାରନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ନାହିଁ. ତ ବିଭିନ୍ନ କାରଣରୁ ହେଇପାରେ ଟିବରକୁଲାର ହେଇପାରେ.
Let it know after vaccine.
ଆପଣ ଜାଣନ୍ତୁ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆପଣ ସ୍ପେସିଫିକ ପ୍ଲିରେ ଆସନ୍ତୁ. ଗେସ୍ ୱାର୍କ କରନ୍ତୁନି. ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ଟ୍ରିଟ୍ ଦ କୋର୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍. Counsel for the petitioner seeks accommodation to obtain instruction and advance arguments as prayed for list after vacation before the assigned bench being moved by the petitioner. Upon being moved by the petitioner or when moved by the petitioner କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ. ଆପଣ ଟିକେ memo file କରନ୍ତୁ. ଏଟା ଆଉ ଡେଟ୍ ମୁଁ କରିପାରିବିନି. Yes, next please.
item 8.
Yes, Mr. P.K. Sahoo on behalf of Subhash Chandra Sahoo for the petitioner. Learned counsel for adjournment is sought for on behalf of the learned counsel for the petitioner as prayed for list after vacation when moved by the petitioner before the assigned bench. এইটা ঠিক হবে সেন্টেন্স. লিস্ট আফটার ভ্যাকেশন সেটা সবুথে লিখি দেবে. Yes, next.
Item 9,
Mr. Aravinda Mohanty for the petitioner, Mr. S.N. Naik, ASC for the state, learned counsel for the petitioner, seeks accommodation due to personal difficulty as prayed for list after vacation on being moved by the before the assigned bench. Yes,
item
next please.
10,
Please, your lords. This is an application challenge.
You are Mr. Palai,
My lord.
Mr. Suryakanta Palai, S. Palai for the petitioner, Mr. S.N. Naik, AC for the state. Yes, please.
My lord. An application challenging the inaction of the collector Kotak and Tahsildar Tangishwan not considering grievance of the petitioners. Your petitioners are the villagers. Their communal land is encroached by some builders, for which they have made their grievance before collector Kotak and DCP, and DCP forwarded the same to the Tahsildar. Till that they are not.
It is submitted by the ଆପଣ instruction ନେବେ ନା କଣ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି mandamus ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ନା କଣ ନା ଇଏ repentation ଆପଣ ବି ସେ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି repentation
Disposal ହେଇଯାଉ କଣ?
ଠିକ ଅଛି. The petitioner in the writ petition alleges inaction on behalf of the opposite parties in not redressing their grievance regarding encroachment of communal land of the nature. Court लिखिबे किसम पतित कोलन देखि आबाद योग्य अनाबादी ओडिया लिखथांतु पर इंग्लिश कर देबे आबाद योग्य अनाबादी pertaining to खाता number 191 plot number 332 area acres 0.220 आपण तांको पार्टी करना हंती बिल्डर को तो पार्टी करलेनी और बेन लोगों को पार्टी करना हंती. It is submitted by the petitioner that due to inadvertence the alleged encroacher of such communal land has not been made a party, but in their representation ने भी लिखी नांती अपन तांको बहुत डरुचंती ता कोन ता ना कोठी नो नांती बड़ प्रकृति ता बहुत डरि जाइछंती. हाई कोर्ट आसीबे डरि गले या केमते हो जी भी उनता ना लिखिबे whoever so high is not above law. That much of ये you have to ये representation कौन ही परियो कौन where to start the representation माने ये कौन लिखले you didn't have inadvertence the party. The learned counsel for the learned additional standing counsel in response submits that the representation, if not yet disposed of, shall be disposed of and dealt with in accordance with law. Dealt with in accordance with law and disposed of. The learned counsel for the petitioner fairly submits that the petitioner shall make representation afresh before the appropriate authority, giving the details of the encroachment of the communal land with the particulars of the encroacher. If any such representation is made, it is directed that the authorities shall deal with the same as expeditiously as possible, giving opportunity to all concerned. The writ petition stands disposed of accordingly.
item 11,
Mr. R.K. Meher. For the petitioner, Mr. Padhi.
Is a postal, yes.
Mr. Padhi, you will appear for the
Postal Department.
Postmaster General Sambalpur.
Yes, yes.
अरे पिन करंतु से आपण छोटो हे कि आपण जूनियर गळे देखा जाउछनी मु learned counsel for the petitioner DSCI लिखिबे Padhi not DSCI the prayer for adjournment is made on behalf of the learned counsel for the petitioner as prayed for list after vacation before the upon being moved before the assigned bench. Mr. Padhi along with Mr.
My lord, I am not.
Deepak Gochar. Deepak Gochar.
ଆପଣ ନାହାନ୍ତି
No, my lord.
ସେ ମନା କଲେ
Tenure is completed last 22nd. Renew retrospectively they are going to renew this.
আচ্ছা তাহলে আপনার নাটা থাও I mean his approach is excellent. Otherwise somebody will say that though he was not in the panel, so his name has been mentioned. Yes. Yes, next please.
12.
Mr. Sodangi.
Yes, sir. Case is
Mr. K.C. Sodangi for the petitioner, Mr. Pati, A.K. Pati for the opposite party. Yes. Yes, Mr. Sodangi.
That the facts of the case is that the petitioner since long has been possessing the suit property which is recorded in the name of Lord Jagannath Marfat Administration, Lord Jagannath Management. Since
No party garchanti.
Yes. Dakhal Kara's case
scroll
number ହେଲା
petition ଏମିତି କଣ ହେଇଗଲା?
1718/2007.
Yes, please continue, please carry on.
That the facts of the case is that
ନାଇଁ ଆପଣ ଗ୍ରିଭାନ୍ସ ଟା କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ଆପଣ ପୋଜିସନ ରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, then straight away come to your grievance.
case number ହେଲା 1798/2007.
Before whom it is
Mutation
pending?
case number.
Hmm?
Mutation case number.
Before whom it is pending, sir? 1798/2007
তহসিলদার My lord, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ pending ଅଛି opposite party number 4 the Lord Jagannath Temple Administrator and the representation dispose କଲେ ସେ ଆମକୁ final କରନ୍ତି.
Annex of 3 ରେ ଗୋଟେ representation ଦେଇଛି. Yes, I had given a representation in Annex of 3. That is to be dealt with.
ନାଇଁ, I may not deal with this matter. ଏଟା କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ କହିଲେ?
କଟକ କଲେଜ ଛକ
ହଁ ଯେ କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ?
ୟୁନିଟ ନମ୍ବର
ସେଠି ତ ଏ ବାବୁ କେହି ନାହାନ୍ତି ସେଠି।
ଡକ୍ଟର ସୁଭାଶିଷ ବେହେରା।
ଡକ୍ଟର ସୁଭାଶିଷ ବେହେରା ସିଏ କିଏ?
ସେ ରେଣ୍ଟ ରିସିଭ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି ଅଲରେଡି।
ସେଠି ତ କେହି ନାହାନ୍ତି ସୁଭାଶିଷ ବେହେରା।
ହଁ ବାଙ୍କା ବଜାର ରହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଜ୍ଞା। ବାଙ୍କା
ସେଠି
ବଜାର
କେମିତି ଯାଇ ପହଞ୍ଚିଲେ?
ତାଙ୍କର ଫୋର ଫାଦର୍ସ ଅଲରେଡି ଅଛି।
ପୂର୍ବଦର କିଏ କହିଲେ?
କୃଷ୍ଣଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ବେହେରା।
କୃଷ୍ଣ ବେହେରାଙ୍କ ପୁଅ ସେ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା। ପୋଜେସିଂ ଆମେ ବହୁତ ଦିନ ହେଲା ରହିଲଣି ଆଜ୍ଞା। 2022 ରେ ଆମେଣ୍ଡମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଛି।
ଆପଣ ଆଦର୍ଶ କୃଷ୍ଣଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ବେହେରା ଯୋଉ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ସେ ବଞ୍ଚିଛନ୍ତି?
ନାଇଁ।
ଆଉ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି କୃଷ୍ଣଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ବେହେରା?
ସନ କୃଷ୍ଣଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ବେହେରା।
ହଁ ଲେଟ୍ ହବ ନା ଆଉ।
ସରି ସାର୍।
ଆରେ ମତେ କାହିଁ ସରି କହୁଛନ୍ତି? ଇଜ ଇଟ୍ ପସିବଲ ଦ୍ୟାଟ ସମସ୍ତେ ଜାଣିବେ ବୋଲି ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ?
ହେଲା।
ଡକ୍ଟର ମାନେ ସେ କଣ ମାନେ ଇଜ ଏଜୁକେଶନିଷ୍ଟ ଅର ଏଟ୍
ଆୟୁର୍ବେଦିକ ଡକ୍ଟର।
ଆୟୁର୍ବେଦିକ ଡକ୍ଟର। ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଆନେକ୍ସ 3
ପାଇଲଟ।
ବଟ୍ ଆପଣ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଏଇଟା ଠିକ ଅଛି? ସେଟା ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କର ପ୍ରପର୍ଟି ନା ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ରୋଡ ଫଣ୍ଡ ଟ୍ରଷ୍ଟ ପ୍ରପର୍ଟି?
ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ଟ୍ରଷ୍ଟ ପ୍ରପର୍ଟି।
ଲେଖିନାହାନ୍ତି କୋଉଠି ଲେଖିଲେ? ରୋଡ ଫଣ୍ଡ ଟ୍ରଷ୍ଟ।
ନାଇଁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ ବିଜେ ପୁରୀ ମାର୍ଫତ ଶ୍ରୀ ମନ୍ଦିର ପରିଚାଳନା କମିଟି ପୁରୀ।
It is not that land, most likely not. ଆପଣ ଠିକ MS law ରେ ପଢୁଥିଲେ ନା କୋଉଠି ପଢୁଥିଲେ?
ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଦି ଲ କଲେଜ ପଢୁଥିଲି।
ସେଇଟା ସବୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଇମର୍ଜେନ୍ସି ବେଳେ ସେଟା କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା, ବଟ୍ ଆଇ ଥିଙ୍କ that land doesn't belong to Jagannath, that is a Jagannath road fund trust road, pilgrim road ଯୋଉଟା ନାହିଁ କି ancient pilgrim road ଆପଣଙ୍କର
ମାଇଲର
ସେଟା ସେବେକାର land। ଗୁରୁଦ୍ୱାର ନାନକ ଯୋଉ ଗୁରୁ ନାନକ ଯୋଉ ଆସିଥିଲେ ସେ ବି ଆପଣ ଗୁରୁଦ୍ୱାର ଅଛି, they travel to Puri by that land, so ଆପଣ ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ସେଇଟା ହୋଇପାରୁନି। ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ ପଢିଛି I think you have to be sure ଯେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସେ in fact they had a office there in College Square itself,
yes madam
and that is Jagannath Road Fund Trust. But one thing you are right, all the land has been settled, all the land there has been settled, କିଛି ନାହିଁ କିଛି ତାଙ୍କର କେମିତି ହେଇନି କି ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି।
ଆମେ ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ ଲେଟର ଦଉଛୁ କାଇଣ୍ଡଲି ଟିକେ ଡିସ୍ପୋଜ କଲେ ଆମେ ସେ ଅନୁସାରେ ସେଠି ଯାହା ପଇସା ଦେଇକି
ବୁଝିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି, you are barking up the wrong tree। ଆପଣ ତୋଳିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, ଦେଖାଯାଉଛି ବେଲ, ଆପଣ ଚଢିଛନ୍ତି ବଉଳ ଗଛରେ, ବୁଝିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି କି? ବେଲ କେମିତି ହବ ବଉଳ ଗଛରେ? ଗଛ ଦିଟା ଯାକ ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଗୋଟାକରେ ବଉଳ କୋଳି ହୁଏ ଆଉ ଗୋଟାକରେ ବେଲ ଫଳେ। ଆପଣ ଯଦି ବେଲ ଗଛରେ ଚଢିଯିବେ ବଉଳ କୋଳି ପାଇଁ କେମିତି ହବ? ହବନି। ତ ସେଇ ତାର ସେ ଆଡମିନିଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ ଅଲଗା, ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଡିଟେଲ୍ସ ବୁଝିକି ଠିକରେ ଲେଖିବା କଥା। ଆଣ୍ଡ ଓବିୟସଲି ସେ ଜେନେରେସନ ଗ୍ୟାପ ହେଇଗଲାଣି, ସେ 23 ମସିହାରେ ସେ ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି, ଗୋଟେ ଜେନେରେସନ ପଳେଇଲେଣି ଅଲରେଡି। It is the petitioner लिखले papyrus लिखचंदी। The petitioner raises a limited grievance in the petition regarding non-consideration of his representation as per Annexure 3, which was made to which जो representation लिख लेनी Annexure 3 dated 23/12/2023,
yes madam
made to the
opposite party number 4
OP number 4,
yes
Administrator Sri Jagannath Temple
Puri
Vijay Puri, it is submitted that the petitioner's forefathers have been staying in that particular land since last more than 80 years. They have constructed their building over the said land. However, the land has not been purchase କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି।
yes madam
the land has not been allowed to be purchased by the petitioner, though the similar benefits have been extended to other persons in possession of such land. In view of the limited nature of prayer made by the petitioner, no notice is issued at present to the OP number 4, had learned additional standing counsel for the opposite party number 1, 2, and 3. The writ petition is disposed of, directing the opposite party number 4 to ଆପଣ ଆଉ ଥରେ ଦଉନାହାନ୍ତି, ନହେଲେ ବେଟର ହବ। ଆପଣ ବେଟର ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ସହିତ ଦେଲେ ଇଏ ହବ। ଠିକ ଅଛି,
ସାର୍ ଆଉ କାଳେ କରିବାକୁ ନ ରଖିବେ କାଳେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଉ ଥରେ କାଳେ ଆଲାଉ କରିବେ ନ କରିବେ କାଇଣ୍ଡଲି ଟିକେ ଠିକ ଅଛି।
ଆପଣ ତ ଥରେ ବେଲ ଗଛରେ ଚଢିକି ବଉଳ ଖୋଜୁଛନ୍ତି, ତାପରେ ଯଦି ସେଟା ମିଳିବନି ତାର କରିବେ କଣ? ତାପରେ ଆପଣ ବେଲ ପାଇଁ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ଦେବେ ତ? ବାର୍କିଂ ଅଫ ଦ ରଙ୍ଗ ଟ୍ରି ର ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଅନୁବାଦ କଣ ହେଇପାରିବ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ? To consider the representation if still pending, dated 23/12/2023, if still pending with him, in accordance with law and take a decision as expeditiously as possible, giving opportunity of hearing to all concerned. The petitioner shall do well to produce a copy of the certified copy of this order along with all relevant documents and copy of the Annexure 3 before the OP number 4
OP number 4.
to do the needful in accordance with law. The writ petition stands disposed of.
Obliged.
13,
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପସନ ଟା ସାର୍ ମୋଷ୍ଟ ଲାଇକଲି ଭୁଲ ଅଛି ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଏଟା ସେ ଜମି ନୁହଁ ଆପଣ ତାକୁ ମାନେ ଲାଇକ୍ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ଗୋଟେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ଜମିଟା ଅଛି ତାର ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପସନ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି ଆପଣ ତାକୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପସନ ଦେଲେ ସେଟା କେମିତି ସେଟେଲ ହବ ମେଥଡ ସମାନ ହେଇପାରେ
ଖାତା ପ୍ଲଟ ନମ୍ବର ସେମ୍
ଆପଣ ପୁରାଟା ଭେରିଫାଇ କରିବେ ନା ଆଉ ଆପଣ ଯୋଉଥିରେ ପ୍ରଜାର ନାମ ଓଡିଶା ସରକାର ସେଥିରେ ଆପଣ ଚେଞ୍ଜ କରିଦେବେ ଏଟା କେମିତି ହବ ସେ ଆପଣ ଚେକ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ anyway that is I mean
obliged.
13,
May I please lordship, my lord.
Mr. S.N. Mishra for the petitioner, Mr. A.K. Pati, additional standing counsel for the state. Yes, Mr. Mishra.
I am the sarpanch, my lord, challenging Annexure 7, my lord.
Anganwadi center कोठी करिवे आपण व्यस्त सेति पय
Sorry, my lord.
अंगनवाड़ी सेंटर पय व्यस्त ना कोन पय
No.
हम जे आरंभ करछु अंगनवाड़ी सेंटर
By letter dated 2724, my lord.
yes
A letter was issued for recovery of money from me. Some villagers alleged ki some illegality has been committed, and they have filed a writ, my lord, which was not maintainable, but order was passed. Thereafter, content was filed. In that content, order was passed. Thereafter, those villages filed a writ petition by number 1719/24. My lord Justice S. Mishra was pleased to dispose of the same, holding that this is not maintainable because it is a public in nature, my lord, litigation of public in nature, my lord. And so cause has not issued to
जो
me.
proceeding टा हैला 2724 टा is a result of which proceeding
Result of proceeding, my lord, WPC number 28024.
cannot be
Yes.
रीट रे केबेले रिकवरी पे ऑर्डर हेई नथिबो जोटा आपनकर वीडियो जो ऑर्डर करिसंती प्रोसीडिंग करिसंती ना नाही
No, my lord.
सेटा कहिबे ना मु भी आपन असिस्ट करिवि सब केस रे
Because of the villages.
फेयर एनफ सर बुझिली
Yes.
आपनकर ए जो रिकवरी अलाउ हैला दैट इज फाइंडिंग ऑफ फैक्ट based on which proceeding
That because of the
where is that कागज पत्र कोन देखांतु
Yes,
कोन
sir.
कोन अनेक्सर अछि देखांतु
I have annexed, my lord, order dated Annexure 4.
सेटा त आपनकर रीट रो ऑर्डर टा सेटा
सही रीट बଳରେ ହିଁ ହଉଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା ସବୁ ସେଇ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଲୋକ ଯୋଉ ହଉଛି ସେଇ
ଆପଣ ଟିକେ पेज 25 रो पारा 3 टा पढंतु
yes, my lord. Petitioner will communicate this order to opposite partner 4. Said opposite partner is directed to conclude the proceeding.
Stop there.
Yes.
where is that proceeding who proceeding हैला कोन हैला सेटा काई
So those allegations made by the villagers. by-
proceeding पर लिखा हैची
Yeah.
से पर सीनियर जज मु ता सर बसची हेबे मु जदि इनते भूल भाल पढिबी केमती हबो से प्रोसीडिंग काई अरे अरे it is very difficult to I mean even if your client doesn't tell you yes Mr. Pati proceeding किछ आपण जानि परछंती proceeding तो हेतिबो ना
Proceeding is there, but they are not disclose that proceedings. Because of
आपण सेटा टिके proceeding टा आन
Annexure 2, page 2.
आनि परिबे proceeding ର details
The annexures filed in that date person doesn't show any proceeding, my lord. Only the
काई देखेबे
Yes.
read petition कोन proceeding
Your lordship kindly see Annexure.
वीडियो जो आपनकर annexure 7 इशू करिसंती
Yes, my lord.
that is pursuant to आपण ए लेटर टा देखिसंती 17/3/24 लेटर टा
Yes, my lord.
काई सेटा
Annexure 6. That letter was issued by BDO to
ସେଟା
the.
କାଇଁ ଆପଣ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ନିରୁପମା ନାୟକ
Yes, my lord.
ସୋ କଜଟା କାଇଁ
So cause annexure, my lord, annexure is my reply. So is annexure 2. Sorry.
3 ନା 2
2 is my 3 is my reply, my lord. 2 is the so cause.
ଆରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ରିପ୍ଲାଏ ମୁଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି
Yes, yes.
ହଁ
Page 22, my lord.
3
Yes, my lord.
ହଁ
May I read, my lord?
ନାଇଁ ମତେ ପଢିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ ଆପଣ ୟୁ ହାଭ୍ ଟୁ ମେକ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ ଏ କେସ୍
Yes, my lord.
the basic minimum details for a court to issue an order.
In my reply, I have stated, my lord, all the while the master roll on the work done with the due signature of the officers concerned came to GP, then it was signed for payment, my lord. The concerned authorities are APO, GRS, PO, JE, and AE of the block, my lord.
ଆପଣ ସାଇନ୍ କରିନଥିଲେ କି
And I have all the documents, my lord. So work done by the laborer.
ସେଟା ଆପଣ ଏଥିରେ ଫାଇଲ୍ କରିଥାନ୍ତେ ସେଠି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତେ
She gave to me a laptop, my lord.
The Lord, the petitioners challenges the order dated 22/2/7/2024 issued by the Block Development Officer Basudevpur in the letterhead of the Panchayat Samiti Basudevpur. जल्दी हेले कहबे एटा के बहिडा सामने क्या होछ बसंत आपण कोन हाथ पड़े नै जिवे कोन लिखले
That is
directing recovery of rupees 3,63,029 from the petitioner who was sarpanch of Anganwadi Grama Panchayat ARA NDUA GP. It is submitted by the petitioner that a proceeding was initiated by the Block Development Officer opposite party number 4 pursuant to the directions of this court dated 2nd February 2024 2nd February na ko kete
yes, my lord.
as well as 31/8/2020 31/8/2023 ago likhibe 31 August 2023 and 2nd February 2024 प्रथम ऑर्डरटा जो लिखले कोन लिखले Passed in WPC number 28024 of 2023. Thereafter, the order dated 2nd February 2024 passed in CONTC number 8980 of 2023. Learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the authority, while passing the order of recovery, has not considered the reply to the so cause filed by the petitioner dated 29/8/2023 on 3 August 2023. The order passed by the authority is cryptic and without any reason. Para. Issue notice to the opposite parties. The learned ASC appears on behalf of Mr. Pati, for Jilla Parishada notice to go, or you will appear? No, you will
Yes.
appear. Video also.
Yes.
Learned additional standing counsel appears on behalf of the opposite parties. Waves of notice. Let 4 extra copies be served on the learned AC. Counter affidavit be filed by how much time, sir? So Pati, how much time?
After vacation.
Within 3 weeks. Rejoinder. By कर दियंतु आज केते तारिख हला? आज हम केते तारिख आज?
27.
September 27. By 25 10 20 24 with copy to the petitioner. Rejoinder, if any, shall be filed, shall be accepted on the next date upon advance copy being served on the learned counsel for the opposite parties. List in the wing commencing November 4/11/2024 before the assigned bench. Yes.
Well, I have not filed IA, my lord.
आईएटा करंतु आईएटा न कले केमति हो आपण आई केबे करि परिबे
ମୁଁ Monday କରିଦେବି।
ठीक अछि जदि मंडे आपण त आज करता फाइल केतले करे कोनटा हो जदि मंडे बेंच हबो मूव करिवे
Before my lord.
जदि मंडे बेंच
Yes, yes.
हबो आपण मूव करंतु स्पेशल नोटिस करि आनिया पड़िबो कोन करि
Oblige.
से आपण माने ओपीडीआर प्रोसीडिंग हेनी बोली करनांती
No,
एक्चुअली एबे आईए दरकार भी नाही बिकॉज़ दे कांट आपण घरु जे कोन पैसा आनिबे की
नहीं।
प्रोसीडिंग करिवे प्रोसीडिंग हेले आपण आप करिवे
Well, after disposal of this content petition, one read petition filed by the same villagers, and my lord Justice Sanjay Mishra was pleased to hold that this is not a PL. Therefore,
obviously the prayer is PIL
yes,
investigation is a but आपण जे रिप्रेजेंटेशन आपण तो मांडाबस चाहू ना दे प्राय मोस्ट ऑफ इट इज प्रिफर्ड रिलीफ होची रिप्रेजेंटेशन डिस्पोजल so that it is up to you it is for the petitioner to decide or for the learned counsel to decide I have no difficulty in issuing mandamus and accepting counter after deciding but you want disposal so se disposal हे गला दीटा ऑर्डर हे गला कि गोटे ऑर्डर हे गला
first one is expertise. We have not heard, my lord.
एडमिशन स्टेज रे
Aye. Now content petition are not maintainable because of we are not.
ସେଟା ଭଲ ଚାଲିଛି ଶୁଣ
आज गोटे केस रे 10टा read petition 5टा content file हेलानी still my lord was pleased to hold this is not content.
देखो सेटा निजे करू नांती ना वकील माने करछन भलो भलो कोन सुविधा कोन
Oblige.
yes next
14,
May I please, Your Lordship?
yes Mr. SK Naik for the petitioner Mr. AK Pati AC for the state yes Mr. Naik
Here, my lord, I filed an application to the CDA to return back my fees towards the administrative and process fee, my lord. That application is annexure 13, my lord. That is still pending.
ଆପଣଙ୍କର mandamus ନା representation
My lord, mandamus, my lord.
ତାଲେ notice ଯିବ
My lord.
लिखले the learned counsel the prayer the learned counsel for sorry hard learned counsel for the petitioner is agreed by non-refund of rupees 28 2,86,593 2,86,593 ହେଲା towards 50% of unearned increase into bracket present cost minus previous cost of the plot bracket closed prayer देखिए लिखिए भूलभाल करिवेनी administrative and processing fees it is submitted but that the petitioner has already approached the authority by making application dated
My lord, dated 21/5/2024.
ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଲା ସେବେ ନା ତା
No, no, my lord, on that date, my lord.
19 ରେ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି
My lord, that was initially filed
ସେଇଥିରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଲା ନା ଆଉ
and that was rejected, my lord. Against that, I filed a writ application before this honorable court.
Hmm.
But that writ application was disposed of, that subject to result of the order passed in the SLP, my lord. If your lordships kindly see the order by the annexer,
ତ ଡିସମିସ୍ ହେଇଗଲା
no, that was disposed of, my lord. That is annexer 11, running page
Annexure
50.
12 dismissed na SLP dismissed
SLP dismissed by the that SLP filed by the Kotak Development Authority. That was dismissed, my lord. Thereafter, I filed a representation before the CDA, my lord. Before filing this application, I filed previously I filed an application
there is a direction for refund of that money
that was rejected.
ଆପଣ ରିଜେକ୍ସନ ଅର୍ଡରଟା ଚ୍ୟାଲେଞ୍ଜ କଲେ ରିଟ୍ରେ ରିଟ୍
ନାଇଁ।
ଅର୍ଡରଟା କଣ ହେଲା ସେଇଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ
My lord, that is annexer 11, page 59, my 59.
ସେଥିରେ ତ ଆପଣଙ୍କର that is pendency of the SLP
My lord, that is pendency of the SLP.
SLP ରେ ଯୋଉ ଅର୍ଡରଟା ଚ୍ୟାଲେଞ୍ଜ ହେଲା ସେ ଅର୍ଡରଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ
So that I have annexed that order, my lord. That is annexer 12, my lord. Page 60.
Annexure 12 ରେ ଆପଣ ଟିକେ 11 ଟା ପଢନ୍ତୁ 11 ରେ ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ କହିଲେ ଯେହେତୁ SLP ପେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଅଛି
My lord.
ପଢୁନାହାନ୍ତି ସେଟା
My lord, in view of the matter, the writ petition is disposed of with an observation that parties in this writ petition shall be guided by the final order passed in civil appeal number such and such pending before Honorable Supreme Court.
so ସେ ଯୋଉ SLP ଫାଇଲ ହେଲା କୋଉ ଅର୍ଡର ଏଗେନ୍ଷ୍ଟ ରେ ଫାଇଲ ହେଲା
That
ସେ
is,
ଅର୍ଡରଟା କାଇଁ
my lord, that order is annexer 7, my lord. That is a reported judgment, my lord.
yes
Annexer 7, page 42, my lord. Against that judgment, the CDF filed an SLP, my lord.
yes
And that was also rejected. Thereafter, I filed another application.
କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ କୋଡିଏ 24 into bracket annexure 13 the same is still pending before the authorities issue notice on admission indicating that the matter shall be disposed of at the stage of admission requisites for issuance of notice to OP number 2 within 5 working days
My,
the learned ASC appears for on behalf of OP number 1 and waives of notice. Let one extra copy be served on the learned ASC. List after vacation before the assigned bench.
my lord, can I pray, my lord? Notice maybe, sorry, my lord. If your lordships directed me to submit, just serve the copy to the panel advocate of.
ସେଇଟା ଆପଣ it not be it may not be appropriate
Right.
ସେମାନେ ପରେ ବି ଆସି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆପଣ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ but you if you in your own capacity you can serve then no problem
Right.
ସେ ଯଦି appear କଲେ ଭଲ କଥା
Right.
after filing of wakalatnama it will be listed for orders ବୁଝିପାରିଲେ
Oh, bless.
list after vacation before the assigned bench on being moved by the petitioner ସେ liberty ଟା ଦେଇଦେବେ
15.
yes Mr. Pratihari
May I please your lordship? Lordship, the petitioners are challenging the arbitrary and illegal action of the opposite parties in lifting soil from the non-judy land for construction of PWD road from Balasore to Fuladi, which is creating hazardous situation to the agricultural land of the petitioners, lordship.
Mr. Pratihari for the petitioner
My lord,
Mr. A.K. Patti, opposite parties. So then what happened? Did you file the
lordship, we filed a
representation annexure 3?
lordship,
You want disposal of representation na mandamus?
disposal of the representation, my lords.
ଆପଣ କଣ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି?
representation disposal.
Everyone is so happy. I should be happy also. କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ? The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioners are agreed by the petitioners are affected by removal of soil from Noyano Jodi land.
My lords.
Noyano Jodi likhibe odia likh diyantu par English kar debe. Which has adversely impacted the cultivable land of the petitioners.
My lords.
It is alleged the authorities of the R&B department are removing soil. सिर्फ गोटे compensation दियंती परा permission नहीं की.
No, Lordship, nothing is given of that sort. No, Lordship, they are doing from the PWD land, Lordship, and the periphery of the
Achha.
land are of the petitioners, my lords.
चल dictation भी ठीक अछि. किंतु आपनकर गां रे एबे कोन करचंती कि से न कहि कि भी नहीं जाउचंती. Local
Lordship, से जिंस ही होची, not जणे कि they are doing it arbitrary, Lordship, which is creating.
सेतरे आपनकर गां लोकंकर जो मोसु पिला अछंती सेतरे संपृक्त से कोचन एठु नै जा तापरे.
Lordship, but the land is of the petitioners, my lords.
कोन लिखले? Soil from land adjacent to the cultivable land of the petitioners, thereby impacting the land. There is exactly a the leading case on this.
My lords.
When soil is removed from one land, the adjacent land is impacted.
My lords.
Which case?
Lordship, I am not aware, but I have heard the case, Lordship. I cannot exactly quote.
No. That is a common case taught in law school. Which one?
Lordship, sorry.
But the issue was the color of the water was getting discolored.
Lordship.
Reliance versus Fletcher. Check it. So, call it. Of the petitioner. Thereby impacting the said land. The petitioners have represented by representation dated 17th July 2023, which are pending disposal. Para. It is submitted by the petitioner that since the quality of the land of the petitioner's cultivable land is deteriorated, they need to be suitably compensated or at least the land has to be restored by the authorities to make it to keep it cultivable. Para. Learned Counsel for Learned Additional Standing Counsel appearing for the state submits that at this stage he has no further instruction, but any representation that is pending shall be dealt with and disposed of in accordance with law by the authority. Para. In view of the limited nature of grievance, the petition is disposed of without issuing any further notice to the opposite parties. Para. The opposite party authorities shall do well to consider the grievance of the petitioner and dispose of the representation in accordance with law, directing for suitable remedial measures if necessary.
My lords, may submit one thing.
Yes,
My
please.
lords, collector has instructed OP number 3 in annexure 4, 5 and 6 to obtain the status report and to provide the information, Lordship.
So ସେଇଟା ଆପଣ ଆଉଥରେ ଦେଖିବେ ଆଉ କଣ ସେଇଟା
My lords. Under annexure 4, 5, 6.
necessary. So directing for suitable remedial measures. Yeah. The writ petition stands disposed of. ता पूर्वरु गोटे पारा लिखिबे जोटा सबमिशन ऑफ द पिटिशनर लिखिलेनी कल्टिवेबल लैंड कोन से एक्सक्लूड सरला हाँ लिखंतु it is further submitted that the OP number 2 collector cum district magistrate has directed the superintending engineer OP number 3 to conduct field inquiry.
My lords, to conduct
field inquiry and take remedial measures in response to the grievance petition of the petitioner. Petitioners, plural. Yes.
16. Grateful, my lord.
Yes, please.
My lord's time limit.
As expeditiously as possible.
Yes, the opposite party is the NBFC, which most illegally and arbitrarily proceeded over the matter.
Yes. Yes, please. Kuhantu.
Jurisdiction is actually, it should be in Odisha. As all the agreements were made during the time of the loan in Odisha, so how they have proceeded from West Bengal, Kolkata?
It is a criminal matter ବୋଧେ এটা ତ ନାହିଁ ମୋର ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ନୁହଁ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଏଟା କଣ ଆଜି କଣ ପାରିବ
You have no copy, right?
এটা ଭାରତୀୟ ନ୍ୟାୟ ସଂହିତାରେ ଆସିଛି ନା ନାଗରିକ ସୁରକ୍ଷା ସଂହିତା BNSS ତ ମୋର ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ନୁହଁ
No.
The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the challenge is to a notice under the pura kati diyontu. The learned counsel for the petitioner shall move the registry for listing of the matter before the assigned bench. Jaldi karantu.
Not saying.
17.
The inaction of the opposite parties, more particularly opposite party number 2 and 3, granting compensation to the petitioners for the death of their father being electrocuted is under challenge. Petitioner's father electrocuted, taken to Kujonga CHC, declared dead by doctors, PSUD case number 17 registered, postmortem conducted pursuant to police requisition. Your lordship may come to page 21.
ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ଗ୍ରିଡ୍ କର୍ପୋରେସନ ଭର୍ସେସ ସୁକମଣି ଦେଇ ପଢିଛନ୍ତି ଓଡିଶା ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ ଯାଇଥିଲା ସୁପ୍ରିମ କୋର୍ଟ 2000 ବେଳକୁ 2000 ମସିହା ଖଣ୍ଡେ ହବ ହେଇପାରିବନି ଏଇଟା ଆପଣ ଏସଗ୍ରେସି ହେରିକା କଣ ଯଦି ଥିବ ସେଟା ପାଇବେ ଆରେ ଗ୍ରିଡ୍ କର୍ପୋରେସନ ଭର୍ସେସ ସୁକମଣି ଆଣିଛନ୍ତି ସେଟା ସେଟା ସୁପ୍ରିମ କୋର୍ଟର ନା ପରେ ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଗ୍ରିଡ୍ କର୍ପୋରେସନ ଭର୍ସେସ ସୁକମଣି ତା ଓଡିଶାରୁ ଯାଇଥିଲା ଆପଣ ଯୋଉଟା ପ୍ରେୟାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି କମ୍ପେନସେସନ ଦବା ପାଇଁ ଓଡିଶା ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ ଦେଇଥିଲା ଡାଇରେକ୍ସନ there is a difference of opinion between justice late justice Pradyumna Kumar Mahanti and justice PC Naik or converse tapore that was challenged by the grid corporation.
That judgment I think has been distinguished because in those cases the principle of strict liability was not challenged.
Strict liability kouthi hobo
Strict liability electrocution this honorable court has held
co decision strict liability
Justice BP Das and AK Samantrankar judgment ଅଛି ତାପରେ
ଆରେ ସୁପ୍ରିମ କୋର୍ଟ ଜଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ସେଥିରେ ଗ୍ରିଡ୍ କର୍ପୋରେସନ କି ବର୍ଷ ସୁକମଣି ସାଇଟ୍ ହେଇଛି କି ସାଇଟ୍ ହେଇନି ତାହେଲେ ତ କେମିତି ହବ ତାହେଲେ later decision not taking note of the earlier decision କେମିତି ହବ strict liability ହଉଛି reliance versus Fletcher
that has been cited in this
अरे आपण मु सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहूची आपण मते हाई कोर्ट देखुछ
Supreme Court judgment or cited
अरे सुप्रीम कोर्ट रे ग्रिड कॉर्पोरेशन कोठी एटा करा हिच
the principle of res ipsa liquidator will apply
रेसिप्सा लगटर स्ट्रिक कहि ताले स्ट्रिप लायबिलिटी कहउचंती रेसिप्सा लगटर रे को डिसीजन
say strict liability asile he res ipsa
Nahi,
liquidator
nahi.
asibo how related to come out satisfied
it tells its own story of negligence
let it come
को डिसीजन नाही आज्ञा कहि देले रेसिप्सा लगटर रे को डिसीजन पडिचंती यू आर मिस्टर दास ना को डिसीजन टा रेसिप्सा लगटर रे पडिचंती म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ दिल्ली वर्सेस सौभाग्यवती पुरी लेखन सबुडा का लेखि नियंतु पढंतु आपनका प्रॉब्लम कोन होबो कि मिस्टर दास देयर इज ए चेन ऑफ डिसीजन आपनकर जोथिरे म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन दिल्ली रे से पडिगला बिल्डिंग भांगी की पडिला गोटे लोक ऊपर तो म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन लायबल हैला ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ କଣ୍ଡକ୍ଟର ଛିଣ୍ଡିଲା କି କଣ ହେଲା that has to be proved ସେଟା ହଉଛି ଗ୍ରିଡ୍ କର୍ପୋରେସନ ସୁକମଣି ଦେଇ ସେଥିରେ ସେ ରେଫର ହେଇନି ଆପଣ ସୁପ୍ରିମକୋର୍ଟ ଡିସିସନ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଥିବ ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ cannot violate the Supreme Court decision by citing a High Court decision.
That has been distinguished. I will show.
High Court cannot distinguish a Supreme Court decision. ଗୋଟେ କେତେ ଥର ଗୋଟେ କଥା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିବି
Your Lordship may adjourn the matter. I will be
ଆପଣ ଯୋଉଟା କହୁଛନ୍ତି strict liability ତାର ନେକ୍ସଟଟା କଣ
in a judgment.
strict liability ଆଉ absolute liability ସେଟା ଅଲଗା ଜିନିଷ ସେଟା ହଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଶ୍ରୀରାମ ଗ୍ୟାସ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫର୍ଟିଲାଇଜର୍ସ absolute liability strict liability ହେଲା even without negligence strict liability ରେ କଣ exception କଣ
Electricity is a hazardous.
is act of God ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଯଦି ବିଜୁଳି ମାରିଲା ତାର ଛିଣ୍ଡି ଗଲା ତାହେଲେ strict liability ହବନି
Strict liability ହବ ବୋଲି judgment ଅଛି.
କୋଉ ଜଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଛି
ଆସୁ ମୁଁ
ସେଇ ତ ଆପଣ ସବୁ କଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଗୋଟିଏ ଜଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଦେଖେଇଲେ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ତିନିଟା ଡିସିସନ କହିସାରିଲିଣି ସୁପ୍ରିମ କୋର୍ଟର
ଆସୁ after
ସେମିତି କରନ୍ତୁନି
ଆସୁ after vacation.
ତାପରେ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ ବୁଝିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି କଣ ହେଲା ମୁଁ କହିବାର ପର୍ପସ ଇଜ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ସୁକମଣି ଦେଇ could she get any compensation out of this the matter went to Supreme Court said if ଆପଣଙ୍କର ମିନିମମ ଯୋଉଟା no fault liability ଧର ଗ୍ରେସ୍ ପାଇବେ ଲକ୍ଷେ ଟଙ୍କା କି 50,000 ଟଙ୍କା that you can claim but without determining the liability you cannot fashion the liability
ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ସର୍କୁଲାର ଅଛି ଯେ ଏଇ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିକେସନ କେସରେ ସେମାନେ 4 ଲକ୍ଷ ଟଙ୍କା ଦେବେ ବୋଲି ଗୋଟେ ସର୍କୁଲାର ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନେ କରିଛନ୍ତି
ସେଟା ଏଟା କଣ ଚିଠା ବଢେଇବେ ଆପଣ ସେଟା ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଟ ଆନେକ୍ସର କରିବେ ନା ଆଉ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ମାଗିଲେ ଆପଣ ଦୌଡ଼ି ଫୋଡ଼ି ଫିଟେଇ ତାକୁ ବଢଉଛନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ ରିଟଟା କାହିଁ ଧରିଛି ତାହେଲେ
ସର୍କୁଲାର ନଥିଲା
ସେମିତି କହିଲେ ଆଉ କେମିତି ହବ ନଥିଲା ମୋ ପାଖରେ କଣ ଅଛି ମୋ ପାଖରେ ତ କିଛି ନାହିଁ
ସେଟା ଆସୁ after
ମୁଁ ଯାହା ତ ଆପଣ ସେ ମନରୁ କହୁଛି
vacation ଆସୁ
Mr. Das or Mr. Tripathi
Mr. Das.
Mr. Das for the Das for the petitioner Mr. A.K. Patti for the OP1 and counsel for the petitioner after arguing for some time seeks accommodation to advance further arguments as prayed for list after vacation being moved before the assigned bench. If you take a decision against Tata Power which is not sustainable ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ ଲୋକଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ persons who has been electrocuted who deserve some amount of compensation they will never get it. Grid Corporation of Sukomani that's an example. Law to jaha tha na kahinki. The particular person who was electrocuted he has to travel to Supreme Court for nothing to get a order that you go before the court get a prove your negligence then get a whatever 10 lakh ପାଇବ କି 20 lakh ପାଇବ ସେଟା ଅଲଗା କଥା but ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ procedural irregularity ରହିଲା then that is not a good thing for the claimant the beneficiary actually is at the receiving end ସେଇ ପାର୍ଟରେ ତ ସୁକମଣିରେ ତ ଏଟା ହାଇଲାଇଟ୍ ହେଇନି ସୁକମଣି ତ କହିଲା ଯେ you cannot pass a order without determining the liability ଆଉ ତାର ଛିଣ୍ଡି ଯିବାଟାରେ absolute liability ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ହେଇନାହିଁ gas leak is a strict liability gas leak is a case of liability municipal corporation ଗଛ ଆପଣ ଜଣେ ସ୍କୁଟରରେ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ଗଛ ପଡିଗଲା ସେମିତି ଭାବିବେ ନା ଆଉ ଆପଣ ସୁକମଣି ନ ପଢିକି ଓଡିଶାରେ ସେଟା ଓଡିଶା ଜଜମେଣ୍ଟ ନା ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଓଡିଶା ହାଇକୋର୍ଟର 2 ଜଣ ଜଜ୍ ବି ସେଟା ଦେଇଥିଲେ ସୁକମଣି ଦେଇ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସେମାନେ କହିଦେବେ सर्च कर दियंतु गूगल रे ग्रिड कॉर्पोरेशन वर्सेस सुकमणी
ଦେଖିଦେବି
नले मु देई देबी जे टिके समय हे गलानी 99 सुप्रीम कोर्ट मु 2000 कहउतिल ऑलमोस्ट देयर एआर 99 सुप्रीम कोर्ट
ଦେଖିଦେବି
किंतु बट बी केयरफुल देयर इज प्रोविजन फॉर गोटे स्टैंडर्ड एस ग्रे जेंति नो फॉल्ट लायबिलिटी 50,000 अछि एमएससीटी रे सेमितिया जोडा सेटा पाइबे कि धरतु गवर्नमेंट दउची आपनकर गोटे एक्सग्रेसिया गवर्नमेंट एक्सग्रेसिया सेटा अलगा कंसीडर सेतिरे आपनकर कंसीडरेशन होनी हु इज एट फॉल्ट एक्सग्रेसिया इज गिवन फॉर ए इंसिडेंट सेटा आपण सेटा फाइल करंतु नो डिफिकल्टी आपण सेटा अमेंड करी फाइल कर दियंतु
ଗୋଟେ affidavit ବି ଦେଇ ଦେବି ନହେଲେ
हां मु अमेंड करंतु एफिडेविट करंतु जहां भी करंतु बट ब्रिंग इट ऑन रिकॉर्ड सो दैट दे विल बी कन्फ्रंटेड आपण तो नोटिस वेले कर आंसर देबे आ कोन यस प्लीज थैंक यू नेक्स्ट
Item 18.
May I please the laws?
Yes, please. So
Let
Niranjan
me
Lenka
read.
for the petitioner, Mr. A.K. Patti, AC for the state. Yes, Mr.
My
Lenka.
lord, the grievance of the petition is against the TPCODL.
Yes.
Annexure 5 is pending before the opposite party number 3. So far as
এটা
annexure
GRF গলে হবনি কিছু
আଜ୍ଞା,
GRF রে গলে কিছু হবনি এফেক্টিভ হন্তা জিনিসটা
notice.
গ্রিভান্স রিড্রেসাল ফোরাম ଆପଣ ଯଦି
না
କିଛି
না আমার খালি গ্রিভান্স হচ্ছে যে at our instance এটা housing project. The developer did not provide the electricity, water. That is allegation against them. That is so all the persons who have been allotted land in that residential area, that is Arundhati Vihar phase 2, they constructed the trust and they approached the
your
authority.
grievances regarding non-supply of electricity or transformer or
No,
what?
no, they have given to us and we are using the same. Now what has happened in the meantime, so many other occupants have come. Since it was installed at our instance, we say that you may install another transformer for their purpose and not to supply electricity from this because
ଏଟା
we are
GRF କୁ ଯିବା କଥା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏଫେକ୍ଟିଭ ରିଲିଫ କିଛି ପାଇବେନି
ଖାଲି ଆମେ ସୁପରିଟେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଇଞ୍ଜିନିୟର ଦେଇଛୁ ସେ ଟେକ୍ ଏ ଡିସିସନ
ଗୋଟେ କପି ସର୍ଭ କରିଦେଲେନି ମିଷ୍ଟର ମହାରଣା ଥିଲେ ତ ପଳେଇଲେ
ଖାଲି ତା ଗୋଟେ ସେମାନେ
ନାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କର କାଉନସିଲ କୁ ଦଉ ଦଉନାହାନ୍ତି ଗୋଟେ କପି ମଣ୍ଡେ ଆଣନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ ସୋମବାର ଦିନ ଯୋଉଡାକ ଟାୟାର୍ଡ ଅଫ୍ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଥିଲା ଲାଷ୍ଟ କେବେ ହେଇଥିଲା ବେଞ୍ଚ 18 ତାରିଖରୁ ଯାହା ରହିଥିଲା
4 ତାରିଖ ଯାହା ଅଛି
ସବୁ ଯାକ ନେଇ ଆସିବେ ପ୍ଲସ୍ ଏଇ ମ୍ୟାଟରଟା ଆଣିବେ
ମୁଁ ଦେଇଦେବି ମାଣ ଗୋଟେ
ସେ ମହାରଣା ବାବୁ ଦେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ସେ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି ଲାଷ୍ଟ ମ୍ୟାଟର ଦିନ ଥିଲେ ତାଙ୍କ 3-4ଟା ମ୍ୟାଟର ଥିଲେ ସେଟା ମୁଁ ଅର୍ଡର କିଛି କରୁନି ଆଜି କିଛି ଅର୍ଡର କରେନି
ଲିଷ୍ଟିଂ ପାଇଁ ଖାଲି ଅର୍ଡରଟା
ମାନେ ସେ କହିଦେଲି ତ ଲିଷ୍ଟ ଅନ୍ କେତେ ତାରିଖ list on the next list when the bench sits next as prayed for by the Lord Council for the petition. Yes, Mr. Patnaik.
My lord, in this case, the petitioner, after purchasing the land and house, applied for a new connection and complied all the documents and submitted his payment.
Same order, they diontu anku. Mahanangu diontu. But ଆପଣଙ୍କର non supply ହେଉଛି ବି GRF.
to grievance ଦେଇଛି
ତାପରେ
କିଛି ସେମାନେ till 1 month has been crossed.
ଦେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ କପି list when this bench sits next as prayed for by the Land Council for এটা କରିଦେବେ ମଣ୍ଡେ କରିଦେବେ ଆଡ୍ କରିଦେବେ ମଣ୍ଡେ ହେଉଛି କେତେ ତାରିଖ 30 ହଁ ରାଇଟ୍ ଟୁଡେ 27 ଠିକ ଅଛି yes next please
item 20
Acharya adjourn କରିଦେଲେ Mr. Ramanath Acharya for the petitioner opposite party blank Learned Council for the petitioner 6 se kebe କହିଲେ after vacation କହିଥିଲେ Learned Council for the petitioner 6 adjournment as prayed for list after vacation being moved before the assigned bench ଆଉ pass over କିଛି ରହିଲା thank you